What's up, guys? It's your boys, the Wokey, back out with another scary, terrifying, and creepy video from Mind Junkie, and we're gonna be—I almost said Mind CTV. I wish they would post them, but we're gonna be watching Mind Junkie today. 2 videos in one. It seems like you guys, uh, you guys seem like you guys like a little bit longer videos, so we're gonna put 2 videos in one for an epic, scary compilation of Mind Junkie content. So grab a chair, grab some popcorn, your extra pair of pants. It is spooky time. If you guys are new to my channel, if you guys are returning and have not subscribed yet, make sure you guys subscribe right now by hitting that wiper icon down at the bottom right. Hit that bell icon next to it, so when I do post videos like this one, you guys will get that little ring notification that Wokey myself has posted that video, and then you guys can watch, comment, like, and share. And again, thank you so very much for the love and support. Apparently, I need to stay away from my desk because I'm hitting both elbows today. Go over to Mind Junkie. Can I talk today? Make sure you guys subscribe, comment, like, and share. You know the deal. Give the love where it is due. If you don't want to watch with me, I highly understand. Some people can't watch reaction channels. I get it, okay? Move on. Find somebody to complain about. It seems like they just sometimes linger in the comments. But we're going to get into the videos. The first one is going to be 10 scary videos that are too spooky. Let's take a look.
Full moment for their home videos. The birthday man prepares to blow out the candles on his cake while everyone sings. The room is filled with laughter and celebration as the camera captures the scene. But when the candles go out and darkness briefly fills the room, the camera records something that turns a happy memory into a nightmare. Watch closely.
Okay. That's not a cake, that's a brownie! He deserves a cake! Oh! Who's that? Was that? Move the circle! The fudge? Oh, heck no. Some skeptics gonna be like, it was probably from when he blew that candle out, it made his face on the left side. Like, no. It looks like the Joker see-through.
As the candles go out and the room falls into darkness, a face appears directly beside the birthday man. The family didn't notice anything unusual during the
It looks nothing like this man.
celebration. It was only when they watched this video later that they discovered what had been right beside him.
Now we can't have birthdays. Great. The Lake Path Encounter.
The lake path near this uploader's home has a dark reputation among locals. For years, residents have reported seeing a woman in white wandering near the water after dark. They call her La Llorona, the weeping woman who lost her children near the water and now haunts these areas.
But the thing that bothers me is she drowned them herself. And she acts like somebody else drowned them.
Searching for them. Most people avoid the lake path after sunset, but Instagram user Educan Training Official regularly posts videos of his 2 protection dogs, Zeus
So nothing to do with paranormal.
and Thanos. He's walked this path
Did he name his dog Thanos? That is dope.
countless times during his late evening training sessions, and he never believed the stories until this night, when his camera captured something that made him a believer.
Espérate. ¿Quién es este? Oh, ¿Hay algo ahí? ¿Hay una persona ahí o qué es eso? Espérate. ¿Es una persona? No.
Oh, what was that?
Aquí. Thanos. Aquí, Zeus. ¡Quieto! ¡Quieto! ¡Quietos!
Fudge?
¡Quédense ahí! ¡Quieto ahí! ¿Qué es eso? ¿Qué es eso? ¡Quieto, Thanos! ¡Quietos!
As they walk along the lake path, both Zeus and Thanos suddenly become agitated. The dogs begin barking aggressively and
I can't tell if they're like, let me at her, or if they're like, oh my gosh, what is that?
pulling on their leashes towards something in the shadows. Then, from the darkness, a figure in white emerges. It moves slowly towards them before stopping. Both dogs react with pure panic, straining against their leashes as the figure stands motionless. After several tense moments, the entity retreats back into the shadows. Used as his trained protection, dogs reacted to this figure differently than they would to a normal human. Whatever emerged from that darkness near the lake that night triggered a primal fear response in both animals. The local legend about La Llorona haunting this path suddenly.
I really want to have a dog now and name it Thanos, because then I want to be like, come here, Thanos. Who's a good boy? You're a good boy. Like,
Didn't seem like just a story anymore. And Jesus, well, he hasn't returned to that section of the lake after dark ever since. But here's the question that keeps people wondering.
What?
If even trained protection dogs were terrified of this figure, what would have happened if Jesus had been walking alone that night?
the mimic at the door. If you hear yourself...
A man is relaxing in his living room when his phone alarm suddenly goes off. But he never set an alarm for this time. And when he checks his phone, the sound isn't coming from his device. Yet, it's unmistakably his alarm tone echoing through the room. According to him, a paranormal
Oh gosh.
entity has been haunting his home for months, and it has a disturbing ability. It mimics sounds to get his attention.
Like a bird?
Voices, footsteps, electronic
Bird?
devices. The entity replicates them perfectly.
I have goosebumps. What is that face?
Appears to be peering down at him from an impossible position near the top of the door. The mimic entity successfully got his attention using his own alarm sound and revealed itself
But again, it literally could be somebody taking it with a mask doing this. I don't know. But it gave me goosebumps, so it did its job.
watching from the kitchen doorway. What else has it been mimicking without him realizing? And how long has it
Can you mimic by going to a job and paying the bills?
been watching him before it decided to reveal itself?
Excuse me. The invisible visitor.
Something has been trying to get inside Alexis LaChica's home for weeks. He's been experiencing unexplained activity around
Did you buy something that might have been haunted? Did you play with the Ouija board? I don't feel like it just starts automatically.
his property. Strange sounds, objects moved, the feeling of being watched from outside. But what started as subtle disturbances has escalated into direct contact. Late one evening, while alone in his house, aggressive knocking erupts at his front door.
That knock every single time makes me feel like there's somebody knocking on my door.
Alexis knows he should ignore it, but something compels him to answer.
Go with your gut. Nope, that's why I have a Ring doorbell camera and 2 cameras on my front door for my front entrance area. Hello?
Alexis opens the door to find absolutely no one standing there. The porch is empty and the street is quiet.
The porch, there's a driveway. There ain't no porch.
Whoever knocked with such force has completely vanished. The incident leaves him unsettled, but he dismisses it as a prank until it happens again days later.
Man's trying to enjoy an enchilada and he's getting bothered by a ghost knocking on his door. Bro, you are absolutely crazy. Doesn't even grab a bat. See? Where's the porch? That is all concrete. He's got a door pad. What is that? It left a stick. That's dead. Was that like a witch thing? This is bad. What, can you tell us why?
The same knocking erupts at his front door
Can anybody tell me what that was there for?
once more. Alexis immediately rushes to answer it, but again, no one is there. Whoever or whatever knocked has disappeared without a trace. The pattern is clear now. Whatever is outside isn't trying to scare Alexis, it's training him to open the door. And one day soon, when he opens it out of reflex, something will be waiting on the other side.
Will it? The moving? Man, oh great. Mannequins are like giant dolls.
Macallan Horror Nights operates one of the most notorious haunted attractions in the region. The business
I actually love these things because then your women get closer to you.
markets itself as the scariest experience you'll ever have. But what management doesn't advertise is that the scares aren't all manufactured. Staff members have reported unexplained activity for years, props moving on their own, and disembodied voices echoing through empty rooms. But one of the creepiest is the feeling of
Do they get paid though?
being watched after closing, and most of the employees refuse to work alone after dark. On this particular night, one employee is closing up and preparing setups for the next day's tours. She's walking through the back room where mannequins and props are stored. The security camera captures what happens next.
Is it that thing in the corner? Oh! Oh yeah, she's not gonna work there no more. She quit.
As the employee approaches one of the mannequins, its head subtly shifts position. She notices the movement and freezes, staring at the figure. Then the mannequin's head turns completely and the employee panics and runs from the back room in horror. Security footage confirms no one else was in the building at that time. No strings, no mechanisms, no explanation for how a static prop moved on its own. Visitors have started questioning whether the scares are part of the show, or if something genuinely haunted has taken up residence among the props and costumes.
Yeah, probably would have needed my extra pair of pants. Marked in the night.
Reddit user SevereTel2254 has been experiencing escalating paranormal activity in his home for months. It started with lights flicking on and off while he was on video calls with his long-distance fiancée. Then, objects began falling from cupboards on their own, always the same items. He started feeling cold drafts moving through his home, despite all windows and doors being closed. The activity intensified when he travelled to Canada to visit his fiancée. She woke up multiple times to find him sleep-talking in what didn't
So is he haunted?
sound like English. When she tried to wake him, he would immediately start snoring as if nothing happened. After returning home, the activity reached a whole new level. He heard knocking on his back doors and footsteps moving through his house at night. While walking to the bathroom, he saw a shadow figure standing in his hallway. He quickly grabbed his phone and captured an image.
Oh, here we go.
What he photographed.
What the fudge? What the tarnation is that?
The photo shows something peeking from behind a doorway. Using his
cracks in
phone's
it.
exposure settings, whatever it is becomes more defined. But when he turned on the lights, it vanished instantly.
Plus, where is it? Wait, hold on. Is this inverted? No. Where is this figure? Yeah, where's the figure at? There's no way for the figure to hide.
Apparently the next morning, he discovered something that confirmed this wasn't just a visual phenomenon. Fresh
What was it?
markings had appeared on his body overnight. The marks remained visible throughout the day. Now, after uploading this to the subreddit Paranormal, users were pretty divided. Some believe it's real, and others, well, they aren't too sure. But what do you think this is?
Comment below. The whisper at breakfast. I'd rather have toast with my
TikTok user
breakfast.
Steph Wren posted footage that has left paranormal investigators debating its authenticity. A woman and her friend are casually buying breakfast at a local market. One of them decides to record a quick video of their morning routine, and nothing about the moment seems unusual. But when they reviewed the footage later that evening, they discovered something that made them question what had been standing near them.
Just want everyone to look at this. Just want everyone to look at this.
A faint voice can be heard whispering.
She's eating a breakfast sandwich. How is she going to hurt herself?
And neither woman heard it at the time. But here's what disturbs the women most. They were completely alone in that section of the market. Whatever spoke those words existed in a frequency the human ear couldn't detect in real time. But modern recording
So now we can't have breakfast.
technology captured it perfectly. Now, here's the question viewers keep asking in the comments. Was this entity trying to warn her about something that was about to happen? Or was it
Oh.
threatening what it had planned to do to her? Let me know what you think in the comments below.
Annabelle. Oh boy, you spelled Annabelle wrong.
Instagram user Noah Nafasin made a decision that most paranormal experts would strongly advise against. He purchased a replica Annabelle doll. For those unfamiliar, the real Annabelle
I would say that's the real Annabelle.
is a possessed Raggedy Ann doll locked in a glass case at the Warrens Occult Museum. Replicas of this doll have a disturbing reputation for attracting genuine paranormal activity. Noah Nafasin keeps his
This man is out of his dang mind.
replica displayed in a glass cabinet in
Hey, I
his
have-
kitchen.
I have that same helmet. You look at the top right of his video. Look at it right there. It's up on the top. I just thought it was funny that I have the Captain America mask, and on the top right above his Superman icon, he's got the same thing. Sorry, I was nerding out there for a second.
Yeah, he claims the doll has been causing unexplained disturbances since he brought it home. Well, no shit. On October the 5th,
Right.
2025,
I'm glad he's got a cross, but he's got the demon doll right there in a big glass case.
his security camera captured something
What does the
that
cats do?
validates his claims.
This man likes to collect cups. I think the case is bigger than his fridge. Nope. Yeah, if I see that, no, well, first of all, I'm not going to have the doll. You should have nailed it shut. Put the milk back in the fridge. Oh, he had the key turned. Look at the cat. Cat's looking. It's the doll, man.
The The footage shows the glass cabinet door suddenly opening on its own. Inside sits the Annabelle replica, positioned as if watching the room. Noah notices the open door and approaches to close it, but as he gets closer, objects on the nearby table begin moving without any physical contact. Realizing something is actively manifesting in front of him, he immediately flees the kitchen. The Annabelle doll, though, remains in its cabinet, motionless, but clearly not powerless. Paranormal investigators have long warned that replica spirit dolls can act as vessels for entities seeking physical form. By inviting an Annabelle replica into his home, Noah may have given something permission to attach itself.
Nope. Nope. Room 237.
A man is staying at a hotel for a work conference when something happens that his colleagues refuse to believe. He's been assigned to room 237. On his first night, he wakes up at around 3 a.m. to find a pale woman sitting at the edge of his bed. The woman doesn't move. She just stares directly at him with hollow eyes. He freezes in terror, unable to move or speak.
This is what I would look like. I would have, expelled my bowels.
But then she fades into the darkness. The next morning, he tells his work colleagues about the encounter, but they don't believe him. They dismiss it as a nightmare or sleep paralysis. However, when he returns to room 237 the following evening, that same feeling of dread washes over him. Determined to prove he's not imagining things, he pulls out his phone and starts recording.
I arrived in the hotel of Lucknow.
Whoa!
As the camera passes by the mirror, something appears in the reflection.
Oh. Look at her skin.
A pale figure is clearly visible. However,
look at her eyes.
Just seconds before, there was no one where the figure is now seen. The footage he captured proved his colleagues wrong. He wasn't hallucinating, and the hotel has never officially acknowledged the hauntings in room 237, but staff members know the truth. That pale woman has been sitting on that bed for years, waiting for guests who don't know they're sharing the room.
Oh my gosh. The second floor shadow. Oh.
Danny Ortega has been experiencing an unsettling feeling in his apartment for weeks. The feeling of being watched from outside his window. At first, he dismissed it as paranoia, but the feeling grew stronger each night, always coming from the same direction, and always when he was alone. His apartment is located on the second floor of an older building. No fire escape, no external structures, nothing that would allow someone to peer inside. Yet, that feeling of eyes watching him from beyond the glass never went away. One afternoon, while sitting in his room, something finally confirms that his instincts were right.
Uh-oh. Could it be, so the sun is on the right side, it looks like. So couldn't it be like a balcony that's up on the top right? And it's just, somebody's up on the balcony?
Mamen, si ven eso. Qué verga.
Or not.
O sea, cagado.
Open up the window while it's happening, please.
Cagado. Es que estoy en un segundo piso.
The footage clearly shows a human-shaped shadow passing along his curtain. Danny immediately goes to the window to investigate.
I feel like it's on the top right over here.
But when he looks outside, there's no one there. Some viewers suggested it could be a neighbor's shadow cast from a rooftop across the street. So Danny posted a follow-up.
See, look! Right there! Hold on. Hold up. Wait a minute. Red circle. So look right here. There's a balcony right there. If the sun is over here, bouncing the shadow into this guy's, that could be what it is. I'm just saying that's hypothetically saying, but I can't prove it.
Video showing the outside of his
Look at that balcony right there. If the sun, where's my circle again? If the sun is right here and the shadow's right here and it's coming towards him, it could be technically plausible that that's where that guy was.
apartment.
La sombra se vio hace ratito y ya no se ha visto como en un minuto o algo así.
Now the
Y
sun is
no
on
hay
the
nadie
opposite side.
construyendo ni nada. O sea, no hay nadie en ninguna azotea. Nada.
That's why you open up the curtains while it's happening.
Absolutamente nada. Tampoco hay nadie en la calle.
Danny films the view from his window in daylight. There are no rooftops at the correct angle to cast shadows on his curtain. No construction workers, no people on the street below. Nothing that could explain what he captured on camera. The shadow moved as if someone was walking directly outside his second floor window.
But look, through that crack on the right side, you could see that there was nobody there.
In a space where no human could physically exist. Paranormal experts who
Again, I'm on the fence. I believe, but then I don't believe. There's things that can be explained, but then there's things that can't be explained. I'm like, the skeptic in me tries to disprove it, but then the believer in me tries to say how it could be happening.
analyze the footage suggests this could be a sentinel entity, a spirit, bound to the location, patrolling the boundaries between worlds. Others believe it's an
Or it's a guy on the balcony having a cigarette break.
entity that feeds on fear, appearing just long enough to provoke a reaction before vanishing. Danny has been advised to ignore any future sightings and avoid attempting contact because entities like this need attention to grow stronger, and once you acknowledge them, they know you can see them, which means they'll keep coming back.
So keep watching Gossip Girl. Okay.
Some towns have secrets that lurk in their streets after dark. This footage was captured by a man filming from his balcony in a town that had been living in fear for
We literally just watched this video, man. No.
months. For weeks, residents had been reporting bizarre and disturbing noises echoing through their neighborhood during the late night hours. Strange sounds that seemed to come from everywhere and nowhere, keeping families awake and children terrified. Concerned citizens had organized search parties, scouring the streets and alleyways for any explanation. But every investigation came up empty. Many began to believe that something malevolent was stalking their town, a presence that only revealed itself under the cover of darkness. But on this particular night, one resident finally captured visual proof of what had been haunting their community.
See it. Hey, what are you? Yeah, you look pretty weird.
What makes this encounter particularly terrifying is how the figure positions itself, almost as if it's been waiting and watching for quite some time. The entity appears
It looks like the witch from Snow White from the cartoon back in the 50s.
completely unafraid of being discovered, suggesting it's grown bold in its surveillance of the neighborhood. This footage finally provided the community with visual evidence of what had been terrorizing them for months. The malevolent presence that residents had sensed but never seen was real, and it had been stalking their
Yeah, that doesn't look very healthy. It looks like it's got pink eye.
streets all along.
Take the apple. What the camera sees.
Sometimes the most terrifying encounters happen when we can't see what's watching us. This footage was captured by a Reddit user who felt an unmistakable presence in his own home for reasons he couldn't explain. He had developed the unsettling feeling that someone was constantly observing him. The sensation was so persistent and disturbing that he decided to start recording, hoping to either debunk his paranoia or capture evidence of what was haunting him. While filming, he saw absolutely nothing with his naked eye, just the familiar rooms and furniture of his own house. But when he reviewed the footage later, when he slowed it down to examine every frame, something had been there the entire time, moving through his home, completely invisible to human perception.
Oh! Why is the camera moving? Hello? See that one? I can't explain. I got goosebumps on my butt. The bottom. Oh, he's probably just holding the camera. I thought he was actually reading. So it's next to his left. Hello,
the
Ghosty.
slowed down video shows a dark, shadowy figure moving through his living space. At first, the entity appears as just a subtle distortion, barely noticeable against the familiar surroundings. But
somebody's gonna be like, it was a dog or a bug.
As the footage continues, the shadow becomes more defined, moving with purpose and intelligence through his home. This footage raises a chilling possibility about the times we feel observed, but dismiss it as imagination. But what is this? Could this be proof that shadow entities exist just beyond human perception?
I still do believe that they exist.
Let me know.
But I don't believe that they're good. How could a shadow figure be good? The uninvited guest.
This footage comes from TikTok user Melody,
Hi,
a young woman who has been living through a nightmare that most people wouldn't believe. For weeks, her bedroom door had been opening by itself during the early morning hours. No matter how carefully she secured it before going to sleep, she would wake up to find her door standing wide open, as if something had deliberately entered her room while she slept. Desperate to prove she wasn't losing her mind, Melody decided to document what was happening with undeniable evidence. But this wasn't going to be just another grainy nighttime recording. She set up 2 cameras, one inside her room and one positioned directly behind the door. This way, no skeptic could claim
I want to see this one.
Someone was simply opening the door from the other side. What her dual camera setup captured would validate every suspicion she had about her home.
I close my door because safety, and I fall asleep, I wake up, it's open. Sometimes when I'm in my room doing stuff, it opens. People are like, record on both sides. Someone's opening the door. I'm going to record on both sides. Oh shoot, let me start recording. On this phone, I will be recording from the inside. I'm gonna walk out, right? And then...
It's already happening. It's like the ghost. What'd you say? Huh?
Okay. It's
2 phones.
Okay. We're gonna go down here. That's the TV. If you hear a TV, that's the TV downstairs. Oh. She's closed. Watch it not open. Why am I whispering? I'll fast forward this so you guys don't have to.
Doesn't even have to wait. Boom.
Did you see someone? I don't know. Well,
There's nobody on the other side. The hallway camera proves that. But something is definitely turning that handle, opening her door like it owns the place. What gets me about this footage is how casual it seems. Like whatever's doing this has been at it for a while. It's not some violent poltergeist throwing things around. It's just calmly opening her door.
It could be residual. It's doing the same thing over and over and over, and it's just what it knows.
Whenever it wants, and that might actually be more terrifying because it means this thing feels completely comfortable in her house, like it belongs there more than she
Or doesn't know it's dead.
does.
Red Eyes in the Ruins.
A video from Indonesia shows a man exploring what appeared to be an empty house late at night. Urban explorers know the risks, the unstable floors, the potential for dangerous encounters with other trespassers, but they rarely consider the possibility that some abandoned buildings aren't as empty as they appear. This particular explorer had been documenting his journey through the deserted property, treating it like any other routine investigation. The house seemed typical of most abandoned locations: broken windows, peeling paint, the usual signs of neglect and decay. But as he moved through the lower floors, something made him look
There's a motorcycle.
up towards the second story. What he saw peering down at him would make him question everything he thought he knew about empty buildings.
First of all, this empty building has a motorcycle. Oh, good gosh. Hello there. Oh dear.
As he pans his camera upward towards the second floor balcony, a figure becomes visible between the white columns. It appears to be a pale face with what looks like red eyes positioned directly above where he's standing. The man filming notices it, and his
Look, you can see the mouth, the nose, the eye.
camera movement becomes more erratic, suggesting he's seen something unexpected.
But why is it that when they're recording, they're like, we can hear you breathing, dude.
Whether this is something paranormal, a person hiding in the building, or an optical illusion is unclear. But the timing and positioning of whatever appears in that footage raises questions about what he encountered in that abandoned house.
Comment your thoughts down below, please. Pinky up the reflection that shouldn't be.
A Reddit post shared what appears to be a simple photograph taken by a professional photographer 15 years ago. His sister was posing
So no Photoshop.
for a portrait session, sitting in front of an antique
Wait, I did my college back in 2009. That was almost 20 years. Yeah, so maybe Photoshop was there.
mirror that had been purchased from a flea market. The setup was straightforward. She sat facing away from the camera, her profile partially visible in the mirror's reflection. It seemed like a routine photo shoot, the kind of artistic portrait that photographers capture every day. But when the images were developed,
Work with me, baby. Work with me.
something was fundamentally wrong with what the camera recorded. The photographer examined every aspect of the image, checking for double exposure, camera malfunctions, or
I actually did this in college. I took photography because it was one of my electives for graphic design. I actually enjoyed that class so much, and being in the red room.
processing errors. The negative showed no signs of damage or manipulation. Everything appeared technically sound, yet the photograph contained an impossibility that defied logical explanation. The photograph shows the woman.
Okay, so there's the mirror. Nope, that can't happen. The way that her head, the only way that this would happen is if they had a double exposure. But again, I don't see the double exposure like I would normally see it.
When sitting with her back to the camera as intended, but the reflection in the mirror tells a completely different story. While she faces away from the photographer in real life, her reflection appears to be looking directly at her. The mirror shows her face turned towards where she's actually sitting, as if the
But it's a completely different pose too.
reflection is independent of her actual position. Now, according to the photographer, he spent years trying to find a rational explanation for what his camera captured. He's examined the original negative countless times, looking for any technical flaw that could account for the anomaly. Professional photography
So he probably saw that there was no double exposure. So how do you explain this?
equipment, proper lighting, standard development process, everything was done correctly. Yet somehow, the mirror reflection doesn't match the physical reality of where his sister was positioned. Whether this represents some kind of supernatural phenomenon or an optical illusion that hasn't been properly explained remains unclear. But for a professional photographer to be unable to identify what went wrong with his own equipment, that raises some interesting questions about what exactly happened during that photo shoot.
Signs in the sky. Usually the signs that I see there are on the streets.
This viral footage was captured by someone who thought they were just recording an impressive sunset.
UFO?
As they're filming, something appears in the sky that would divide the internet into believers and skeptics. Within hours of being posted online, the video had millions of views and thousands of comments from people arguing about what they were actually looking at.
That there is Jesus.
Blessed Jesus, look at that.
I knew it was this
The
clip.
formation appears to show a human figure, complete with what
halo.
looks like a glowing halo. You can hear the person filming getting more excited, calling for others to come look.
They're real clear in here, look.
Yeah,
Look
you
at that.
can see him, can't you?
Look at that.
Yeah.
Jesus is looking down.
Hallelujah.
People
Praise
in the
Jesus.
background start making references. Some sound genuinely shaken.
Praise
Why would you be scared?
Jesus. Oh, I've never seen nothing like it in my life. Praise God.
The detail is remarkable, from the positioning of the beard to the perfect circular light formation around the head like a halo. Whether this represents divine intervention, hologram technology, or an incredible natural coincidence depends entirely on what you choose to believe. But one thing is certain, this footage has sparked debates that
That's not scary for me.
show no signs of stopping anytime soon. Thanks so much for watching. If you're up for more
Alright guys, with that being said, if you enjoyed my reaction towards these scary compilation videos from Mind Junkie, leave a like, subscribe, share your stories, your opinions about these clips, and subscribe, of course, share with your friends. We'll see you guys in the next video. Please take care, be safe. As always, keep nerding on, and we will see you guys in the next video.